Alrighty class, in this video I'm just going to show you a couple of things and a couple of reminders, and there's really just one main thing I want to show you, and that's how you're going to incorporate something into your essay. Now this is going to be either an image or a sound file or something. My experience with this assignment is that most of you will be doing images. So I just want to show you how we would actually do an image, and in fact I'm just going to use that very image that I used for you guys earlier in my discussion with hashtag selfie. So let me show you. We're just going to type in hashtag selfie, and here's a video. We're going to go ahead and click on images so that we get the image that we want, and hey, look at that. Let's go with this one down here. Okay. Second thing you're going to do once you find the image that you want, and it can be any image, anything that you want, just to show you how to what we call embed or insert this image. We're going to click View Image, and then depending on the kind of computer you have, you're either going to go ahead and right-click on the image or double-click on the image. And we're going to do Save Image As. And we're going to call that, this works, selfie.jp. And we're going to go ahead and put that on the desktop for you. And we're going to go ahead and hit save. And now that's saved to the desktop. So the next thing that we need to do is embed that into your actual material. So how do we go ahead and embed that? Well, it's pretty easy. Go ahead and in Microsoft Word or whatever similar program you're using, and they're all pretty similar, hit Insert. Once you've selected Insert, and here we get the Wheel of Death for a moment, but once you've selected Insert, it's going to give you a couple of options. We're going to go with Picture, and we're going to go Picture from File, and then you're just going to go to your desktop, Selfie, there it is, that's the one we want. Hit Enter to insert it, and guess what? There it is. Once you've done this, if you're using Microsoft Word, it will have a picture format option up here for you. With that, you can do things like select Crop, and you can crop the image up, down, to the sides, however you choose. You can also do whatever you need to change the size. Easiest way to change the size, just grab the corner, drag it where you want it, and then just go ahead and hit Enter, and you will actually save this image the way you want it to be. Let's do that again for you, and there you go. And there you go. Embedded an image right into the essay itself. Really quite easy. My guess is that most of you will know how to do this, so I'm not going to do that walkthrough a second time. You can either watch the video a second time, or if you prefer, you can actually just contact me and I'll walk you through it. But it really is very easy. Just save the image to your desktop or have an image in a file that you're ready to use, and then you use Insert, select the image that you want, hit Enter, bing bang boom, you're done. Alright. The next thing that I want to talk about is something we haven't covered too thoroughly, but I just need to show you all again with your Works Cited. The first thing about the Works Cited is actually something we haven't harped on too much, but I really want to point out at this point. For the Works Cited, and this is from the last model research paper, for the first research paper, something we haven't talked about, but I want you to see. Notice that the elements of the Works Cited are in place here alphabetically by whatever comes first. So we have an H for Hightower, then P for Poland, SC for Schlosser, SI for Singer, in order alphabetically. If at any point you actually had a situation where you didn't have an author, we've talked about this before, all you do is you skip the author entirely and just start with the title. Then you would be going with O. And fortunately for us, that would keep this in order because O comes before P alphabetically. So this would stay right where it is. So whatever comes first, the first element alphabetically of your citation should be the first thing listed. We don't do it in terms of what order you were citing things in. We do it in terms of alphabetical order just for simplicity. And another thing that I want to show you at this point that we've discussed, but a lot of people are still having trouble with, I want to show you how we get the citation indented properly. If you're having trouble with this, be careful because this has actually been covered in 2 prior videos. But one last time for the final essay, I'm going to show you how you do this. Let's pick Michael Pollan's article. You're going to select the entire piece of text, and then you're going to either right-click or double-click and select paragraph. And under paragraph, you're going to have the indentation set to hanging. And that's all it is. Let's go backwards, and I'll show you what it looks like if we have no indent here. And let me show you, oops, there it is. So this is what that citation looks like with no indent. If some of you have tried to indent just the second line, it'll indent everything. And that's because it thinks you're doing a block quotation, which we discussed in the colons video. So that doesn't work. Some people will hit enter and then tab, and that works, but I don't recommend it because then you can have formatting issues down the road. So what I recommend, highlight the bit of text that you want, right click or double click, select paragraph, indentation, special, go ahead and choose hanging, hit enter, and have a look at that. Now you have set your works cited to a hanging indent, so we can see H comes before P, S, C, S, I, and everything's set up. In this way, we have the author's last name sticking out so that we know whose article is whose. And the last thing I want to mention on the works cited, because one or two people have had trouble here along the way, remember, the citations are not who spoke it, it's the last name of the author that we put in our citations. So for this reason, whenever we discuss Jim Hightower, we're either going to have Hightower's name or the last name, or we're either going to introduce his name or have his last name in parentheses, as we see here. Here we have according to Jim Hightower, so there's a tag, and yet we still have Hightower in parentheses here, and that tells us what article it came from. Not necessarily the speaker, the article it came from. So that when I see Hightower here, I can hightail it down to the works cited, look for that last name sticking out, and they stick out nicely now, so we can see whose is whose. And we say, hey, it must have come from this article, and we can check that if we need to. So just some quick reminders there, but definitely things you want to keep in mind for your final essay. This makes everything look nice and feel nice. Also, these citations, this is how you want them to look, whether you're using MLA format, APA format, Chicago format, any of them. So if you have questions on that, let me know. Otherwise, I hope that's some helpful information. Questions, comments, and concerns can be sent my way. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.